Part 4. The Application. Clarity in Work and Life. Chapter 10. Clarity in Communication. Clarity is not only something to understand, it is something to practice. Up to this point, we have explored what clarity is, why it matters, and what happens in its absence. But clarity does not remain in ideas alone. It must be applied. It must be expressed. It must be lived out in the way we communicate every day. Because communication is where clarity becomes visible. It is where what you think is translated into what others can understand. And it is in this translation that many things are either preserved or lost. To communicate with clarity, three things must be present: simplicity, truthfulness, and intentionality. These are not separate. They work together. Simplicity ensures that what you are saying can be understood. Truthfulness ensures that what you are saying is accurate. Intentionality ensures that what you are saying has direction. Without simplicity, communication becomes difficult to follow. Without truthfulness, communication becomes unreliable. Without intentionality, communication becomes scattered. Clarity requires all three. Simplicity is often misunderstood. It is not about reducing meaning. It is about removing what is unnecessary so that what matters can be seen. It is about focusing attention on what is essential. When something is simple, it becomes easier to grasp. It does not require excessive effort to process. It allows the listener to follow without confusion. This does not mean everything must be short. It means everything must be clear. You can speak at length and still be simple, if what you are saying is structured and focused. You can also speak briefly and still be unclear, if what you are saying lacks direction. Simplicity is not about length, it is about clarity of expression. Truthfulness is equally important. Clarity without truth is not helpful. It may be easy to understand, but it leads in the wrong direction. This is why clarity must always be anchored in truth. To communicate truthfully, is to ensure that what you are saying reflects reality, that it is accurate, that it is not distorted for the sake of convenience or impression. This requires integrity. It requires the willingness to say what is correct, even when it is not popular. It requires the discipline to avoid exaggeration or ambiguity that creates misunderstanding. Because when people trust your communication, they rely on its accuracy. Intentionality brings direction. Not every thought needs to be expressed. Not every idea needs to be shared. Clarity requires choosing what to say and what to leave out. Intentional communication is focused. It considers the purpose of what is being said. It considers the audience. It considers the desired outcome. This does not mean manipulation. It means awareness. You are not speaking randomly. You are communicating with purpose. These principles become clearer when applied in real situations. In business, clarity in communication determines how value is perceived. A company may have a strong offering, but if it is not communicated clearly, it struggles to gain attention. The message may be filled with terms that sound professional, but do not explain what is actually being offered. For example, instead of saying, "We provide integrated end-to-end solutions for enterprise optimization," clarity would require saying, "We help organizations improve how they operate so they can reduce waste and work more efficiently." The meaning is the same, but one is clear and the other is not. The market responds to what it understands. This aligns with your work in the cinematic strategist, where you emphasize that the problem is not always the product, but the way it is communicated. When the message is unclear, the value is not recognized. Clarity is what allows that value to be seen. It is what connects what a business offers to what a customer understands. Without that connection, there is no response. In ministry, clarity is even more critical. The goal is not simply to share truth, but to ensure that it is understood, because understanding is what allows people to receive it and respond. This means avoiding language that creates unnecessary distance. It means explaining concepts in ways that people can relate to. It means ensuring that what is being said is not only accurate, but accessible. For example, instead of speaking in abstract terms about redemption, clarity might require explaining what it means in practical terms, what has been done, why it matters, and how it applies to the person listening. This does not reduce the message, it reveals it. There is also a discipline involved in clarity. It requires reviewing what you say, listening to how it is received, adjusting where necessary. It requires asking questions such as, "Is this clear? Can this be misunderstood? Is there a simpler way to say this?" These questions are part of the process. Clarity is not something that happens once. It is something that is refined over time. There is also the importance of listening. Communication is not only about speaking, it is also about understanding how others are receiving what you say. If people consistently misunderstand you, it is not enough to repeat yourself. It is necessary to adjust how you communicate, because the goal is not repetition, it is understanding. Listening provides feedback. It reveals where clarity is needed. It shows where assumptions have been made, and it allows you to improve. Clarity in communication also requires patience. It takes time to develop the ability to express ideas clearly. It takes effort to refine thoughts and structure them effectively. It requires the willingness to slow down and think carefully. But this investment produces results. When communication is clear, things move more easily. Decisions are made more quickly. Trust is strengthened. Action becomes more consistent because understanding has been established. Take a moment to reflect. How do you communicate in your daily life? Are your words simple enough to be understood? Are they truthful and accurate? Are they intentional and focused? Where might clarity improve your communication? Clarity is not abstract. It is practical. It shows up in how you speak, how you write, how you explain, how you lead. It is present in every interaction. And when it is applied consistently, it changes outcomes. Because when communication is clear, understanding follows. And when understanding follows, response becomes possible. Clarity in communication is where everything begins to move.